Let's now go to Rami Khouri. He's a distinguished public policy fellow with the American University of Beirut. Joins us live from Boston. Now, Rami, two strikes has wrestled with saying on southern Beirut just in the past few days. How likely is it that Hezbollah will retaliate and the war will resume?
If there are no more attacks, I doubt Hezbollah would retaliate. If there are more attacks, then that puts Hezbollah in a very difficult situation where it has to do something. If it doesn't do anything, if it doesn't reply at all, it will lose a lot of its credibility with its own people. And of course, it'll send a message to the Israelis that the Israelis should not expect to face any more resistance in Lebanon. So we'll have to wait and see. We don't know how badly Hezbollah has been damaged in its military capabilities, but clearly it still has a lot of capabilities around Lebanon, and we'll find out in the next few days, I imagine, if anything's going to happen. But Israel is going to keep. Israel's not going to just stop. This is their strategic doctrine now, to keep attacking in Lebanon and Syria, in Iraq, in Yemen, and Iran, anywhere around the region where it faces people who challenge it, even if they don't attack it. If they just challenge it politically, they will attack them and kill as many people as they can and destroy facilities, military or civilian. It doesn't matter. This is Israel's now modus vivendi and modus operandi. This is how they live. This is how they assert their sense of total sovereignty across the wider region, not just in Palestine.
I mean, this is a new assertive aggressiveness, as you've just been saying. What is Israel actually trying to achieve through it?
It's trying to achieve what the British helped it start in 1917 with the Balfour Declaration, which is to create a Jewish state that is more powerful than any of the Arab countries or people around it. The United States has taken on the role now of guaranteeing the superiority of the Israeli military capabilities by an act of Congress. By the way, this is law. The U.S. has to keep Israel stronger than all of its potential foes in the region. And Israel doesn't quite know how to translate its military strength into a situation that would conform to what it says it's trying to do, which is to live in a state where Jewish people can live peacefully and not be treated like animals as they were by white Christian racist Europeans and North Americans and Russians in the late 19th and early 20th century. They just can't seem to get away from their military power. And this is why we have this endless conflict that has now expanded beyond Palestine and Israel. It's now in Lebanon, elsewhere.
If we just get back to Lebanon for a moment, we had a guest on earlier who suggested that most Lebanese actually support these kinds of strikes against Hezbollah, that they are happy to see it stay weakened. What do you think?
Some Lebanese are, yeah. Lebanon is a very divided country. It has been ever since it was created. It wasn't a normal, organic state. It was created by the handiwork of the French colonialists, and most of the things that the French and British colonialists did were catastrophes in terms of stability and integrity. And there's been endless conflict in Palestine and Lebanon and all over the region. So Lebanon has a lot of people who don't like the fact that Hezbollah is the strongest military force in the country, who don't like the fact that Iran is very close to Hezbollah, and that Hezbollah and Israel have fought several wars, which create great destruction all over Lebanon. So they have some reason to be angry at the way that things have turned out. But if their anger is directed only at Hezbollah, it's probably not accurately capturing what is the core problem in Lebanon, which is the lack of a government capability to defend the country, which is a specific tactic of the colonial powers and the United States. They never allowed the Lebanese army to be strong enough to engage in any war or any significant defensive systems.
And of course, now we've got a new president, a new government in place, President Joseph Aoun in Lebanon. What capability exists now for him to build up Lebanon's security, to disarm Hezbollah in the southern regions of the country and defend its own security?
It's difficult, possible really, for the Lebanese government and army in its present condition to disarm Hezbollah. Hezbollah remains stronger than the Lebanese state systems. The fact that you have a new president who is pretty widely respected, though he wasn't the first choice of most people, but the prime minister is widely respected. He's a man of great integrity and experience. In fact, the prime minister is in Saudi Arabia today, which is an interesting, important reality. And President Trump is going to Saudi Arabia probably in May on his first international visit. So these are important dynamics that have to be brought together in terms of reducing the conflicts around the region for the benefit of the people in the region, Palestine, Syria, Lebanon mainly, and Yemen, but also for the foreign powers. The United States cannot, and the bigger powers in the region like Saudi Arabia and Turkey and others, can really suffer if wars continue on and without end.
Rami Khouri, always good to get your thoughts. Many thanks for taking the time to join us there from Boston.
Thank you.